Hello and welcome to another update video about gold. As we're entering the weekend, gold has followed this trend line further today, and we are really getting closer and closer to making a new high. It is getting very interesting. Again, just want to repeat the two main counts that we're talking about, the two main scenarios, and really the key levels that are of relevance now, because it's getting very, very interesting now. So the main count that I have on the chart still, and it's not necessarily my preferred scenario, because in the end, you know, the market will need to tell us, and it will be the next retracement which will test these counts and provide much more clarity. The point is, if we push higher here and make a higher high, then I can argue that yes, we had a 5-wave move to the upside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it would put much more emphasis on a possible bullish option here, and we would then say that most likely we really bottomed here in that $1,610 region in my larger support area here, which is fantastic. That would be fantastic, because then the larger scenario would have worked out. This was the long-term reversal area. And to be fair, I mean, this is the strongest move up that we've had in a while here with gold. If you look at it in the context, we broke above this corrective price channel. We reversed in my support area. It would be fantastic. I mean, bear in mind, this support area was defined back in, I think, January or February. So it's been a while, yeah, and you can see how long those corrections take. Let's see, because we're not out of the woods yet. But certainly one more high here would help, and the higher we push in this wave 5, the better it would be for a possible bullish scenario, because then it would reduce the likelihood of making a lower low in the next pullback. So at the moment, this is one key scenario, 5 waves up, yeah, and if we get those 5 waves up, we can obviously we are currently in the 5th wave. That would be the idea, and within the 5th wave we've got a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and we need that 5th wave. We need that 5th wave in the 5th to put more emphasis and confidence into a bullish count. And I have added these lines for a possible diagonal because it fits quite well into this count, that this wave 5 is an ending diagonal pattern. These are always difficult in terms of defining price targets, because these diagonal patterns, they adhere often to these shapes, to these formations. In this case, a so-called ascending wedge, which would generally be a bearish pattern, yeah, and that would fit quite well, because it can push higher, and maybe we make a higher high. That would be ideal, and then we will most likely break down. Because we're getting exhausted here. It is a pattern of exhaustion. It's not a beautiful pattern. It's quite ugly actually. But the idea would be, and that is part of this wave count, that we will break down afterwards. Yeah, in a wave 2, ideally, in the bullish scenario. So this is one scenario, but we need to push higher, ideally above the $1,822 level. And then we could stretch out maybe to 1840, 1850, depending on maybe we get a bit of a fake out to the upside and then break down. But we are pretty much getting exhausted here. So that's one scenario. This scenario will be tested in the following pullback, in the correction, which I currently ideally see coming into the region between 1665 and 1721. That is based on the idea that this could be a wave 1, but only if we get 5 waves, and then the wave 2 correction in a 3-wave pullback, followed by a wave 3 to the upside, and so on. And then we would, if we really hold the wave 2 support here, we can confirm with, as much probability that you get, really, as much confirmation that you get that a low has been made here by gold. By gold futures, obviously, we look at here. The other scenario, and that would be short-term quite similar, it would just indicate, or it would just be that we've actually peaked here. You can count this wave up as a 5-wave move as well. The only difference is we have 5 waves here complete then. And then we have this as a wave A, this as an overshooting B wave, and then we come down in wave C next. That's possible as well. It doesn't, to be honest, in the short term, doesn't really make a great difference. It will make a difference in how do we come down. but we will get some clarity. So if we don't make a new high now and we break below 1779, this support level of the wave 4, then this is my preferred count, A, B, C. But the target here would not be much different. Okay. The only other count I can think of, and that would also be a bullish version, is that we are still in this wave 4. Okay, and that the wave 4 is a triangle. Now, to be fair, this is quite an unlikely pattern. It would also suggest that we will still come higher in a wave 5, but actually that all of this is currently evolving as a massive Elliott wave triangle. A, B, then we would get a C, D, and E or whatever, and then would move up. It's something to be aware of, nothing that I really look at in terms of high probability. And of course then we've got a bearish count as well, which would be an ABC, yeah, and then we would also make 5 waves up in a C wave and then break down. So it all comes down to what are we going to do in the next pullback, yeah? If we hold this support area, as I said, between roughly 1665 and 1720, then it's all good. Then we can move up in the third wave, and it would increase the likelihood that a bottom has been made. That's the moment I would basically confirm it with as much possibility or probability that you can get. Eventually, 5 waves up is nice, but it is really only the first confirmation that the trend has changed. The confirmation, well, I wouldn't say the final confirmation, but a much better indication you will get in the pullback. This is eventually the test for all counts. Yeah, 5 waves up is nice. Yeah, that's the need. What you absolutely need to have an indication for that the bottom has been made. But eventually, because you can get an ABC, yeah, which would be in a C wave also a 5 wave move up, it is the pullback that will give us the clarity. So this is what I will wait for to confirm that a bottom has been made or not. This is the stress test for the bullish count. What I can tell you is that very soon we should see that pullback. Maybe we'll get one more high, but it's certainly as soon as we break below this ascending wedge, that would be the first strong indication that things are changing. If we then break below 1779, that would be for me the confirmation that we are in this wave 2. Okay, and that's my update about gold. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.